Senegal as the CAF anthem rings out. South Africa stride out not only as defending champions, but as a side vastly experienced in WAFCON knockouts. This is the 9th time in a row and 11th time overall that they have gone beyond the group stages. Senegal's first taste of Women's Africa Cup of Nations knockout games came just 3 years ago. Now they ran Zambia close in the quarterfinals, but ultimately dumped out on penalties. 3 years later, they go again against another heavyweight of continental football. Now kickoff just minutes away, but first the formalities, starting with the national anthems of both sides.
South Africa and Senegal.
It is the Lionesses of Senegal that will get this game underway. They are dressed in the white, attacking the goal to the left of your picture. No mistaking the South African colours of the gold and green. They'll attack the goal to the right of your picture as the action gets underway here. Bit of a crowd that has turned out here to what's going to become a bit of a home, I should say, for the South Africans. On a stadium in Oja, Morocco. That's where they just start off their tournament, and they, of course, by winning their group, stay here in this city. And I will look to keep the good times rolling here. They are yet to lose the match on the defending champions. Keep in mind, finishing top of Group C, with Ghana and Mali being their victims. They were held, however, to a 1-1 draw with Tanzania. That's the only nation so far to have scored against Israel's side. Ghana, victims of a 2-0 thrashing in the opener against South Africa. Then Mali lost 4-0 to South Africa in what was a comfortable Group C for the South Africans. Whilst for Senegal, well, they had it tough as they looked to drive forward straight down the middle. Had it tough in their group stages, looking for the bright start here in the knockout stages. Well aware that they are coming into this match as the underdogs. Nice play here on this near side from Senegal as they continue to drive forward. Then it's Balde with the early pull forward, and looking to get on to the end of it. That's the lady to keep an eye on. Gabriela Ndiaye wearing the number 9 jersey. Closely watched on that occasion by Garabo Dlamini. Early on, we saw the ball looking for the big striker going into the box. Then it was communicated and handled by the two Dlaminis defensively. And they created a lovely opportunity. The ladies from Senegal, and again it was Ndiaye involved, only this time creating for Balde out to that far side, and error defensively here. And it's Aji Ndiaye that concedes the corner under pressure. Not quite finding the footwork she was hoping for. Always easier in practice and tougher with the intensity that comes with the match day situation. So she'll organize defensively with Aji Ndiaye here. Again, there's really speaking of the different types of goals and different number of goal scorers. For South Africa is an advantage for them in they being difficult to stop here or to plan for. Let's see what they can do with the dead ball here. With their first corner will be an end swinger. It was the near post. No problems for Senegal on the defensive end. Second tournament in a row for Senegal to reach the quarterfinal stages. Only their third WAFCON appearance. So they look to match the efforts of their male counterparts, who are amongst the most dominant nations in or on the continent. Now got ball into that near post again. And Ghana with enough numbers to keep South Africa at bay for the time being. Into the far post, good handling from Aji Ndiaye then. Plays the club football for AS Bombay in Senegal. And as far as the starting 11, two nations involved here for Senegal, France and Senegal. As we look back at this chance here. And this is the big striker, Ndiaye, then it's found that Anthony Dlamini was perfectly placed to come up with the stop. Met back in 2012, and South Africa walked away 1-0 winners in Equatorial Guinea. Senegal now again looking to use their heights in and around that final third. Good work to keep it alive, good movement on that far side, and South Africa had to be wise defensively in the end. Karabo Dlamini did a stunning job of ensuring that defense wasn't breached. They certainly do. When you look out at both these sides now, error defensively, and in the end, fortunate was Ajin Diaye. Twice now, she's had nervous moments with the ball at her feet, presenting it to Seope Sene, and the contact between the two, the difference between Seope Sene getting to the end of that ball and not in a position to find the back of the net. So fortunate for Ajin Diaye. Will be looking to have things operate in a much cleaner fashion defensively when looking to clean up. Not doing any favors towards the South Africans is what he'll be hoping for going forward in this match. Again, if you are just joining us, best chance of the game by any stretch of the imagination has gone the way of the Lionesses of Senegal, with just a defensive, or rather I should say the positional play. Now, set to keep it moving. They'll always look to go long towards the two big strikers then as they push forward here with Diop. Out wide is Diaye, looking for a fifth in the tournament. Diaye! Problem, big problem that the two, Diop and Diaye combined well enough to cause problems here for the likes of Karabo Dlamini, doing her bit to force the opponent wide and make the angle a testing one. Joint top goal scorer in this tournament with 4 goals is Gabriele Diaye, looking for a fifth. There's a club football for Bourges in France as we look back at the error on the other side of the field in with Ajin Diaye. There's a bit of contact, there was enough to see Seope Sene lose their footing. So South Africa having won once before against Senegal in a Wafcon. Mentioned the 2 meetings in the friendlies building up to the tournament. 1-1 the scoreline and 2-1 or 2-0 the win for the South Africans. Janet. Go. That was coming to good effect in midfield since coming in over the bench. Now numbers in the box here. The ball in isn't bad. The header though missing by some distance when it should have been much better from Ramalepe. Should have been a second over this tournament. Much better play here from the South Africans. For once they work it out wide into a good crossing position with quality coming into the box. Numbers in options. Nicely done on the first touch then from Makalo. Seope Sene popping up wide on this right side. That's a good ball, good movement. Big chance here for the South Africans to go into the lead. Drilled into the back of the net. And that's... the celebrations will be cut short. Reason for that, the flag up offside. Well, she kept the composure then, did Ramalepe. It was all about the pass. The vision here, just off. They pushed up just in time, that back four. Had the option out wide on that far side, but saw the space and opening on the near post. The vision from Janet. That's could so easily have been the pass of the match. Now they are reviewing this in VAR. Shahenda El Maghrabi. The video assistant referee assisted by Abdul Razak Ahmed. I've had a look and they're satisfied with the call. Mentioned earlier, the officiating in this match has been absolutely top-notch here. The three out on the field. First time VAR has really been called into effect here in this match and backing up the superb work being done by the trio.
Arbone Andile, Osimula Kele Komara Andile.
Second ball.
Ongeka.
Go good, Afi.
Rwela kwa pele Afrika Borwa. Kale wala motsile nyaka non kanta. Fela o se tshware sentle wala motsile nyaka Karabo Dlamini. Wa lebela Karabo ba tjajalo kwa kote khakala bona. Abatlola bontle. Ayatarela Ndiaye. Juice. Jermaine. Tataki Hilda. Arbona Tadraga Kileo. Kiletana Kwati. Afrika Borwa mga banke. Maratile Lakape. Afrika Borwa Bretwina. Onaleka Godina Satra Lekilenka Sone Hilda Magaya. Fela Abalekone. Yodir le monte mo le tsela gompieno Achi Ndiaye. A thula ka menwana abaga se khotlo mo kgelenyeo. Afrika Borwa. Fela Senegal ba kona ho sirela sa komarago kgele ka pana jale Fifino. Eba mo tsela ya Juice. Juice wa Romela. Arbona Afrika Borwa. Mo le bokoso la 18. Aba e busetsa mo le bokoso. Kheleta nantke Jermaine. Aba sa tshwara sente Jermaine. Aba sa tshwara sente Jermaine se posengwe. Simolla go le mo ga ba tshameke ba ditlhopatse ka bobedi gore letsatsi le phirimile.
Dlamini steps up, scores with ease. In 2018, that was a responsibility that belonged to the incredible Nukumatlo. She converted then, although ultimately they went on to lose. Confident.
The right leg that steps is the one that offsets the goalkeeper, and Yaya thinking that she's probably going to go with the right, but actually she's just stepping to balance and then open foot with the instep, and she goes to the right of the goalkeeper, her left.
Ahmed Diop worked tirelessly throughout this game. Successful from the spot in 2022 against Zambia. This tension not new to her. Sends Dlamini the wrong way. One apiece to get us started.
Brilliant penalty from Diop. You also see she picks a spot and she goes with conviction. Doesn't even look at the goalkeeper. She keeps her eye on the ball because she knows the goals will never move. And she just picks a spot with so much power. She sends it there. Iconically, both players that take the first penalties are wearing number 7.
Senegal made a successful start, having not done so in 2022 when Rafal missed their first. It's another defender who steps up. Oh, fingertips on it, but enough power from Makubela to force it in. Although Nzai gets the right way.
that is good height from Makubela, and also reading of that penalty from DIA was incredible. She's going to look at herself and have more confidence to say the next one, if they pick a side, I'm going there and I'm going fully there.
And the coach watching on from the vantage point that the cooler box provides. Dlamini preparing to stare down the tournament's top scorer. Yenundiai. After such a successful season at club level, looking to help her side into the semis, and she's been denied. Andile sticks Dlamini with the first save in the shootout, and it's advantage South Africa.
Let me give you a bit of a goalkeeper 101 intel that I have, and I always ask goalkeeper coaches, how often do you know that a player is going to go which side? And they normally see right-footed players, they always go to their right. They open foot, open the hip, and go there. Now, the height, normally, if it's low, just like how Ndiaye hit it, it's easy for a goalkeeper to go. If it's a bit high, that's why Makubela was able to score against Ndiaye, because it's the same type of penalty, except the height was a bit higher.
Well, Ndiaye's goal remained unbreached during 120 minutes. She was excellent under the high ball, but really not since sprawling across goal to make a save, and she hasn't in the shootout yet either. It's 3 for 3 for Banyana Banyana.
Grant, anywhere you go in the world, I can bet on my life with the technique that comes from a player that can cross, that can make a pass, that can hit penalties, that can play with both feet. She can drive the ball with both feet, and I've seen a lot of players in the world that have such skill, and it's beautiful to see. That is how Salgado executes her penalty. Now, this next penalty is going to be a tricky one, because Meta came on as a sub. She didn't even play 5 minutes. Was she hot enough, warm enough?
She was brought on late for the express purpose of taking the spot kick, and she is not able to convert either. And South Africa are one spot kick away from the semi-finals and another date with the Super Falcons. Well, I think Dlamini may have played a few mind games there with an early movement, not off the line, but an early movement to coax or coerce her into choosing that direction.
Grant, I just told you now, the players that can make a pass, that can pass. When you're a defender, it's either you hit it with power, like Tisetso Makubela did. She's a defender, she did exactly that. Hit it with so much power, and she went for it. And also how Meta kicks the ball. She didn't use so much of the instep, but almost like on the heel. And that doesn't give you enough direction and power on the ball. Still credit to Andile Dlamini.
Well, how fitting would it be if the telling blow is struck by one of the standout defenders of the tournament so far, and it's struck emphatically. And Banyana Banyana, the defending champions, continue their quest to retain their title.